What's happening, guys? Today we got another video on Rudnick's car. So today we got two things that's going on. We got Rudnick's car. We're gonna do a super quick, simple thing. We're gonna install the coolant system. Roberto literally already did this, so I just undid it and then I'm doing it for video purposes because I don't think he understood that. Like, he knows that I'm trying to record all this, but he just did it anyways because he wanted to see what it looked like. But it actually looks really good. But today we're going to do the coolant system, and then we're going to a pop-up meet that Pico's having. I took this stuff back off of Rudnick's car. I took my throttle position sensor off, and then I took my coil pack off. So Rudnick, buddy, you got to buy it because your car is going to be running by like the weekend. So you got to get this stuff. But we're going to install the coolant system right now. So here is literally like all of the pieces that we have. We have three chrome tubes, and a bunch of 90 couplers, and then a bunch of hose clamps. So we're gonna install all of this onto here. Literally, this setup that Roberto got for this thing literally makes it look like a 2J. Insert picture here of what the 2J front end looks like when you do the aftermarket like cooling system. So we're gonna make this thing look like a baby 2J, I guess. And we're going to put all this stuff in. So literally, I just have to assemble this. So we're gonna put on the top piece. We're gonna put on the lower pieces first. The one that goes from here down to here first. We're gonna lube it all up, hose clamp it all down, make it all look good. I have to actually make a bracket from right here, from right there, over to the tube to hold the tube in place. So I don't think we have any more stock of aluminum, so I'm gonna have to go get that tomorrow, and we're gonna finish this part up tomorrow. The reason, yeah, we have aluminum stock, but it's just this super thick one right here, and I wanna use the thinner one, just because it's gonna look a lot cleaner. So the thinner one is like this thick, while that one is like that. So I wanna use the thinner one. We're gonna get some stock tomorrow. We're gonna get some rubber tubing and stuff like that. But we're gonna go ahead and put this thing on. Oh, the reason why we're not doing the fuel system is because I guess the company is actually closed today that Roberto's gonna go get the parts from, so we can't do that. I'd love to do that, but we can't. So let's do the coolant system. So let's get started. Okay, guys. So just using the grease to put a little bit of lubrication on this thing. Just let it goes on onto the lower pipe right here, just a little bit easier. So we're gonna put some of this stuff onto there. Always got to make sure the labels are sticking up. So we're gonna get this one onto here now. That one's onto there. Gotta grab a towel. Got a grease on my finger now. So that one goes there. Then it's our longest pipe that we have. We're gonna put this one on next. And this one is going to be the whole system that goes to the lower part of the radiator. And then we'll do the top because the top is just gonna be a lot easier. So before I completely forget and don't put these on, I'm actually gonna put two of these hose clamps on. I gauged this before, and these hose clamps that I grabbed looked like they'd work, but I'm not too sure if they're gonna work for every one of these. So that pipe is on there. There we go. So right now we got this kind of going on right now, all the way to over here. So now we gotta put the 90 onto here to go down so we can put it onto the lower one. Okay, guys, so the lower one is all mounted up. Nice sturdy clamps holding it nice and tight. Now all we have to do is get the bracket just to hold it that a little bit closer to the fan instead of just kind of flopping around right there. Now we're going to make the top one that goes from right here, the top of the coolant passage, to the top of the radiator. And then we're gonna do that one. And then we just have to figure out where the coolant ports are underneath, because Roberto likes to make out with coolant systems, and he blows through here. And when the coolant system leaks out, that's when you know where it's coming from. So we have to figure out, there's one in the back there, but I don't know exactly where the other one is. So now we're just gonna put this top one together. So guys, here we go. Top one is all set, nice and sturdily mounted. All the hose clamps facing in a good direction. This one is the only one that's on the other side because this one just makes it easier to reach. But all these hose clamps are in the right direction. We got everything going good. The lower one needs that little bracket to hold it closer to the fan right there. But other than that, guys, this coolant system is basically done. There's 2 passages that are right down underneath the plenum that need to be routed to the correct spot. Right now, if you make out with this thing and blow into this, it's going to leak out through the back there. So I have to go through that and figure out where they're leaking from, either loop them together or figure out where they go. It's going to be pretty important to figure out where the heck those things go, because it's not good that they don't go to anything. So we're going to figure that out. And yes, coolant system is all done. Okay guys, so I found out where the other coolant leaks are coming from. If you look right where that eyelet is on the harness right there, that little black dot right above it, that is one of them. And then if you look off to the right, up over here somewhere, so it's like up right there. That is where the other coolant leak is coming from. So we have to figure out where those 2 lines go to when this has a stock manifold on it, and then either route those to the correct spots or plug them off so that they do not leak. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow when we have the rest of the stuff for everything. So yes, that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. Right now, I'm going to go to Pico's pop-up meet because it is like 10 o'clock at night. I always look at my wrist that is always cut up and has no watch. But yes, we're going to go to the pop-up meet. We're going to go see what's going on over there. Then I'm going to come back here, maybe putz around for a little bit, or I might just go home and come back tomorrow, start off a new day. So let's go to this pop-up meet. Super quick on what we're doing right here. This is the 180. We actually got stuck somewhere, so what I had to do is I had to run back to the shop, go get the beamer so that I can actually diagnose this thing and figure out what the heck's going on with it. So I have this jumper wire right here from a 12-volt key to the fuel pump relay itself. So I put this in there just to check if the fuel pump would turn on and whatnot, because I thought it might be the relay. It's not the relay, it is actually the fuel pump itself. So tomorrow I'm going to change out the fuel pump with a brand new fuel pump that we have at the shop and just have Roberta order a new one so that my car can actually get back to the shop. And how I tested it even further was this is the either feed or return from the fuel pump, from the fuel rail. So either way, it doesn't really matter. I just popped this one off and had it point at the ground. And as I turned the key, nothing turned on. I tried cranking it, still nothing. So it's almost, in my head, it's almost 100% guarantee that it. So guys, as you just saw, the 180 is broken down. She's on the side of the road, but she's in a good spot right now. I put some signs in her so that she doesn't get towed. The problem that happened is the fuel pump went in it. That's just my big deduction because I even popped off a fuel line and no fuel came out of it. So the fuel pump is bad. I put in a used Walbro 450, which now that I know how cheap they are, was just a big waste of time basically to do that. But now I know not to use used fuel pump because this kind of stuff could happen to you. But the whole reason why it could have happened was because I did a little bit of two-step and then I was just going through the gears, hitting a lot of boost with it, and I guess the fuel pump just couldn't keep up with it. So that's what happened with that. So I'm going to go either bring the 180 here tonight, or I'm just going to go fix it at its location where it is, because it's literally going to be a 5-minute fix. It's pretty simple to do. So on Rudnick's car, though, I started off the day just like finishing up this. I got these lines right here. This line and this line right here. Those are the two coolant lines that were leaking underneath now. So if we take this cap off and we blow into here, we should have no blow by. It should just all go through the air, through the system, and then probably spit some coolant in my mouth or something like that, which sucks. But this thing should be all ready and set to go to put coolant in it now. Yes, pretty excited about this. But I'm gonna get these two lines to stay together under here and do some cool stuff under there. And then the rest of this stuff for the fuel system should be in. So we're gonna go ahead and do that in tomorrow's video. But that's about it though for this one. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. I'll see you later. More to come on Rudnick's car. I have to fix the 180 now, and a lot more to come on that thing in the next couple weeks. So stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys later.